You looking for Sarah? She's not gonna be back till later. Oh, so you already knew she wasn't in Trista? Nope. Real convincing there, Mick. What's going on here? I've been practicing every bit as hard as I've been studying, Patrick. This time you're going down. Very well, come at me then. I'll brush you aside like the dirt you are. I'm impressed that you have the guts to ask me for a rematch. That said, a brave commoner is still a commoner. You'll hardly be a diversion. He keeps looking down on me. I will not let him beat me this time. The match between Patrick and Alan seems like the perfect way to get things going after the midterms. Now then, let's get started. I'll be the judge of this match. See, remember, keep it fair. Damn, didn't expect something like this so soon after our exams. Guess we got some hotheads on our hands, huh? First years. Rito's looking pretty excited about the whole thing, though. Whatever, might as well let him go at it. Alright, there's supposed to be a new recipe here. Kurt loves his sweets. His favorites are berry tarts, so he's always asking me to make some. Hey, how about you try your hand at making one sometime? Berry tart recipe. Alright. I'll get started on Vincent's quest then. Excuse me, is your name Vincent by any chance? Indeed it is. Standing before you is a noble man overflowing with love and pathos. The one, the only, Vincent Floral. I presume that you are the Cupid that I asked the student council to send me? He's quite the character. He really seems to like himself, but that's what I've grown to expect from Class 1. I'm no Cupid, but I'm here on behalf of the student council, yes. Ah, then you may still well serve my purposes. Allow me to congratulate you on making your way here. So based on a request in my new nickname, I assume you want me to find someone for you? Yes, something along those lines. Do you have some time to spare? If so, I shall begin explaining the particulars of my request. Let's hear it. Please, elaborate on your request. Haha, a fine answer indeed. Although, before we continue... Whew, Sarufa is currently nowhere to be seen. Now that I think about it, this is kind of an unusual meeting place. Are you hoping to keep this request quiet? Not exactly, I was merely hoping to avoid things getting meddled in. My father sends Sarufa to the academy to keep an eye on me. As you can imagine, her watchfulness can occasionally be rather constraining. Huh. Well, that is apart from the meat of the matter. To be blunt, I have received not one, not two, but 3 passionate love letters of late, and all from a single writer. Curiously, however, the writer in question signs with naught but a nom de plume. What I request of you, my fine fellow, is to find out just which lovely lady is responsible for these. That's reasonable, but are you sure it's appropriate for me to try to find her? They're anonymous after all. Do take a moment to think it over. The fact that she chose to use a pen name rather than remain completely anonymous is proof of a pining, hopeful heart. In fact, I am absolutely certain she wishes for me to find her. I suppose I'll have to trust your judgment on this one. What's more, she sent cookies along with her preferred letter. I would hardly be worthy of the floral name if I did not properly thank her, would I? Yeah, I don't think I could stop you at this point if I tried. Do you have any additional information that would help me pinpoint exactly who we're looking for? I do indeed. The first is that she's a first year. As a man well versed in the feelings of a beautiful woman, I was able to deduce this from the respectful tone of her letters. Additionally, the fact that she attached a pressed grand rose at the end of each letter may serve as a hint as well. A grand rose. If I remember correctly, those are flowers you use when confessing your love to someone, right? That was from the secret quest. I guess this piece of dialogue might change it if you did that one secret quest from the previous 3-day. Ah, quite. Which brings us to why this is a hint. The only way to obtain a Grand Rose in Trista is to purchase it from the town florist. So we asked the florist who's purchased one. Precisely, we will be able to discover just which shy maiden has sent these letters to me. Will you take on this task for me then? As long as you don't mind me sticking to the plan we just discussed, I'll see why not. I am truly indebted to you. Based on her pseudonym and her use of a Grand Rose, I can only imagine Our Lady is the very model of grace. They didn't mention it. What was the name she used? Well, it seems I neglected to mention that very important detail. She called herself the Grand Maiden, a nickname taken from the daughter of a baron who married into the imperial family long ago. The emperor at the time was so smitten that she gave her countless numbers of Grand Roses, and so came the moniker. I see. Can't say I've heard this story before, but it is interesting. Well, this is no time to stand around thinking about it. I'll head over to the flower shop right away. Very well. I'll leave this matter in your clearly capable hands. Okay, Secret Admirer started. Park. Whoa. Excuse me, would you mind if I ask you a question? Not at all. Go ahead. Rena explained the situation to Jay and asked about any first years who had recently purchased any Grand Roses. It wouldn't be hard to find out if I looked at my records, but I'm not exactly sure I should disclose that information. Understandably so. I don't intend to do anything with this information that they don't want me to, though. If they ask me to keep their identity a secret, that's what I'll do. I see. Well, if that's the case, I guess I can help you out. Just remember, though, it's your job to give the Mystery Center your support and nothing more. I wish her the best of luck. This request is getting pretty complicated at this point. Right, I count 3 first years who have made a Grand Rose purchase recently. Class order first is Beryl from Class 3, then there's Vivi from Class 4 and Rosine from Class 5. I see, thank you very much for the help. The fact that she mentioned Vivi has me worried. I hope she's not trying the same trick on someone else right now. Ah, so this does depend partially on the previous quest. Not at all, good luck. Alright. I have to go to the chapel. Rosine? Excuse me, you're Rosine from Class 5, aren't you? That's correct. Why do you ask? I have a quick kind of personal question for you. Rena explained the situation to Rosine and asked if it was her who sent the letters to Vincent. Oh no, that certainly wasn't me. I did buy a Grand Rose, but that was for the purpose of decorating the church. Oh, I see. Sorry to ask such an embarrassing question then. It's fine. Alright. Was it you? You're Beryl from Class 3, right? Heh, I certainly am. What do you want from me? Actually, there was something I wanted to ask you. Reen told Beryl about his investigation and asked if she was the one who sent Vincent the letters. Do I seem like the kind of girl who'd be interested in romance? I needed to purchase a Grand Rose to use in a ritual, that's all. I see, that answers my question, but now I'm wondering what that ritual she mentioned is all about. So that's all I wanted to ask. Sorry to disturb you. Sometimes it's good to be disturbed. Good day to you. Alright. Courtyard and... What's up, Reen? Were you so taken with my feminine charge that you couldn't stand another moment away from me? There's something I'd like to ask you. Reen explained the situation to Vivi and asked if she was the one who sent Vincent the letters. Well, no, that is pretty interesting. I'm going to take that as a no. Hey, yeah, I wish it was me, but I'm having too much fun teasing Linday to set my sights on any boys right now. Of course you are. You did buy a Grand Rose, though. Don't tell me you tricked another poor, unsuspecting soul into helping you torment her. Pretty much. But can you blame me? She falls for it every single time. I can't help myself. You're a monster. Poor Linnae, I can't imagine what she has to deal with a sister like this. I've asked all 3 girls the florist told me about, but none of them seem to have sent the letters. I guess the trail's gone cold. I should report back to Vincent for now. Alright. There is one small... Look at... Oh, okay. So that's where the cookies came from. So I make some new cookies for my next encounter with my darling Vincent. Oh, wish I had to them this time, I wonder. That's strange, huh? Alright, back to Academy Field. Tell me, did your investigation prove successful? Wait, don't tell me. Have you brought our mystery woman here? Oh, be still, my beating heart. Yeah, about that. I wasn't able to find her in the end. You cannot be serious. Did you ask the florist as we discussed? I did, and spoke to all 3 girls who purchased grand roses. None of their reasons for doing so had anything to do with you. I can go into detail if you'd like. It matters not. If they do not concern me, then they are simply not my concern. I'm sorry I wasn't any help. There is one thing I'm curious about. Where could a girl get a grand rose if she didn't go to a florist? There's no way to tell. Perhaps if the grand maiden is a noble, she could have had an alternate source. However... My darling Vincent, I found you! Hoarse voice! Who goes there? State your business. Well, she is a noble, so I guess she could have gotten those roses outside of the school. The cookies I just baked ended up far more delicious than I could have ever imagined. So delicious that they could only be destined for the lips of my beloved, my elegant, dashing, darling Vincent. What could possess a person to approach another out of nowhere and say such repugnant things? Furthermore, I do not even have the foggiest idea of who you are. He. Oh, but you do. What if I told you that I was a grand maiden all along? No way. Dumbfounded. I can hardly blame you for being speechless with joy. My real name is Margarita Justin. The lovely grand roses I attached were grown by my family. So that's how you got them. If you're a part of Baron Justin's family, then could it mean... Oh, so you know the story? Your suspicions are indeed correct. I am Margarita Justin, hail from the same family line as the lovely Grand Maiden herself. It all adds up. Inconceivable. How could you of all people be related to the Grand Maiden? When her beauty pales in comparison to your own, look, darling, we're already completing each other's thoughts. And yours are oh so sweet. Uh-oh. What you said could have been inferred from my actual thought. Even when you're shy, you're still so wonderful. Seeing the surprise on your handsome face made waiting to reveal my name entirely worth it in the end. Now, my beautiful Vincent, it is time for you to reply to my love letters. Will you enter a relationship with me? You may choose one of two replies. I would be delighted, or there would be no greater honor. Uh-oh. Sorry, how many options did you say you were giving him? This one could hardly be more different than the demure maiden her letters made her out to be. My only answer for you is a resounding no. Now be gone and bother me no more. So that's how it is. See, just when I think you could be more adorable. To think you're a sort of man who hides his true feelings away. A tsundere noble man. I beg your pardon? There's no need to fear. Please, have one of these special cookies I prepared. One bite and you'll no longer feel the need to keep your innermost longings out of public view. Hee. Don't tell me you picked something into your cookies. Oh, but that's for me to know and you to find out. Oh no. Stay back, do not come any closer. You, don't stand there. I'll need your aid of him to survive. Oh, I have no idea how to handle a situation like this either. Don't worry, my darling. There may be a slightly bitter aftertaste, but it will all be worth it in the end. I've been looking for you, Master Vincent. Sarifa! Did I ask what you're doing in a place like this? Shiver. Sarifa, I beg of you, please, free me from this terrifying situation. If I recall, you're my sweetheart's darling maid, are you not? So this is the Sarifa he mentioned. As much as I hate to interrupt the situation at hand, I'm afraid I must. Master Vincent, your presence at the upper-class dorm is required at once. A delivery of the utmost importance from Count Floral awaits you there. I see, then I have no choice. I must go at once. But these cookies are a present for Master Vincent, are they not? In that case, may I ask you to leave them in my hands for now? I'll make sure he enjoys every last one of them later. Wait, what? Well, if you insist. Margarita begrudgingly handed over the bag of cookies to Sarifa. It seems as though Master Vincent has roped you into this nonsense as well. Hopefully this can dull some of the pain that this annoyance has surely caused you. Prismatic Cape. I think that's a confuse resist accessory. Good. Thank you. With that, I wish you all a good day. Let's go, Master Vincent. Indeed. That made me prove to be quite the obstacle. But no matter, there shall be plenty of opportunities to woo my darling from here on out. I believe it's time to get started on a new batch of cookies. Well, today's been full of unique encounters, to say the least. At least that request is over and done with. Alright, let's help Angelica out with her bike. Hey Doreen, thanks for stopping by. Might I ask where Elisa and Laura are? Those two lovely flowers would do wonders in brightening up this dreary old building. Let's not make Reen's life even harder than it already is. Sorry, I probably shouldn't think out loud. I still haven't talked to Angelica much, but she's definitely an interesting one. That aside, your request was for me to assist with testing out the orbital bike, wasn't it? So what will I be doing? Oh please, I could hear you making those vroom vroom noises before you even stepped through the door. I was not, but wait, does that mean... Yes, we want you to ride on the orbital bike. Me? I can't deny that's what I wanted this to be, but I never expected it to actually happen. I'll give you all the juicy details when we're actually ready to test. Before we start, however, we want to make sure you have the time. So how about it? You ready to ride? Yes. Okay, let's ride. Good answer. First of all, let me tell you a little bit about the bike. Everything you see here is something that Angie asked me to build for her. And because of that, the bike's been fine-tuned to meet her specific needs. In a nutshell, it's all Angie. The engine, the brakes, even the handlebars. I think they spelled brake wrong. It should be B-R-A-K-E, right? Shouldn't it? I see. As you might expect, she and that bike are practically symbiotic. When she's on it, she's a sight to behold. But because we've tuned it specifically to her, it's become a little too tough for anyone else to handle. Think of her as an unruly horse. There's no denying she's a fine biker, but she doesn't play nice with strangers. Right, I'm really hoping I may get through this alive. Don't scare him now, Angie. Crow's ridden it just fine. But I suppose he's been working on this bike since we started too. Compared to him, you're a complete beginner. Which is great, you'll have a more objective opinion after your ride. I guess it makes sense that why you asked me then. Feeling a little nervous, are we? Let's head over to the highway. So, what are Toa and Crow doing here? Angie and George told us you'd be doing this. So I came along to show some support and take some time off work. My reason isn't quite as sweet as little Toa's here. Like I said before, this bike's at least partially my baby. Wait, does that make you Angie's husband? Think of me as an overprotective father, making sure you don't mess up and hurt my girl when you take her out. Thanks. Crow, don't make him any more nervous. Don't worry, Reen. Just ignore everything this guy says. I do, and it's worked great for me. We can rebuild the bike, so stay focused on keeping yourself safe. Right, thanks. Do you have much experience riding horses? Actually, yeah. You shouldn't have any trouble then. She's a whole different beast, but the basics of riding are the same. So have fun. Thanks, Angelica. That helps. I won't let you down. Okay then, that should be just about everything you need to know. I think I get it now. The three things you want me to test are starting up the bike, shifting gears, and coming to a stop, correct? That's right, we want to see how you handle everything. Let me give you a few pointers. You might not really get them until you're on the bike proper, though. Hit me. First of all, you can't ride if you can't get moving, so let's talk about how to get started. Starting the engine's simple enough, but how smoothly you ride off will depend on how well you can operate the bike's clutch. Once you shift in the first gear, open the throttle, then slowly and steadily release the clutch. Release the clutch slowly and steadily when I start moving. Okay, I'll try not to forget. Next up is switching gears. Before switching gears, be sure to pull in the clutch quickly and firmly. Once you shift gears, release the clutch slowly and steadily, just like when you start her up. I can do that. The last thing you need to worry about is stopping the bike, which you probably want to know how to do. When you want to slow down, release the throttle and apply the brakes to the wheels, both wheels front and back. You might want to give each one different amounts of pressure though. Apply the brakes strongly to the front wheel and lightly to the back wheel. That should bring you to a smooth stop. Strongly to the front, lightly to the back. That's a lot to remember, but I think I can do this. That's the way. This is all about learning through experience and getting used to riding on the fly anyway. So what do you say, ready to go? You bet. Right then, first is starting up the engine. Whoa, this is pretty intense. It reminds me of how I felt when I first rode a horse. Right, let's push those nerves to the side and get going. Okay, so I pull the clutch level, shift to first gear, and twist the throttle. Now that I've done all that, all I need to do is let go of the clutch and I'll be moving. Angelica told me how to do this. What exactly did she say again? Release the clutch slowly and steadily. Now we're talking. This is great. There he goes. Can't wait to see the look on his face when he gets back. He's gonna love it. Hopefully. Wow, this feels amazing. I'm amazed at just how stable and smooth the ride is too, considering how heavy it is. I think I'm used to the speed now. Let's try switching gears. Right, first I need to roll off the throttle, then I need to pull in the clutch, change gears, then release it. Angelica told me I had to handle the clutch a specific way during all this. What was it again? Pull in quickly, release slowly. It's always the second choice. Oh right, I need to pull in the clutch quickly and firmly, then change gears. After that, I need to release the clutch slowly but steadily. There we go. Perfect. Going this fast really does feel great. I get why Angelica loves us so much. Well, the fun's gotta come to an end eventually. It's probably about time to stop. Obviously, I need to hit the brakes, but how much pressure should I put on them? Strongly at front, lightly at back. I'm pretty sure Angelica says strong on front, light on rear. I stopped almost exactly where I expected to, so I guess I did it right. This thing's incredible, though. Feels like I'm still riding along even though I've come to a stop. But I guess I've got to snap out of it eventually. The errors are waiting for me. I better head back now. Welcome back, Reen. Well, how was it? I'm amazed to say the least. The sheer speed, the engine's vibration, and the feeling of the wind as you ride along. I've never experienced anything like it. No amount of horse riding could have ever prepared me for this. Just wow. Guess you've got some potential. Look at this guy. He's trying to act all calm and composed, but his face is just screaming, "Let me back out and ride!" Plain as day. Seems like you handled it really well too, based on your report. I have to admit, I didn't expect these kinds of results out of you. It's a pretty unwieldy machine. It's even more impressive considering it was his first time with her too. Nice to know I could have a worthy rival waiting in the wings. Hey, not everyone can get that much praise out of Angie. You should pat yourself on the back. It's a real honor. Now we need to hear some detailed impressions of each phase. But let's head back to the engineering building. Good plan. They're having so much fun with this. Maybe too much. Thanks, Reen. The info you gave me should come in handy. Glad I could help. I think she'll be a much more stable ride from now on. I'll have to be sure to tell Elisa's mother about everything we learned today if they end up mass-producing orbital bikes. Elisa's mother is the chairman of the Rainford group, isn't she? I didn't know you were familiar with each other. The Ragnar and Rainford families share a good relationship, actually. Oh yeah, they're both big names in Rower, right? Yeah, Angie's dad is one of the group's biggest shareholders, too. Wow, they are pretty close. Well, now you know. Elisa's mother provided the engine and a number of the other parts for the bike, too. So that's how you got your hands on everything. That's right, although whether or not Rainford will actually mass-produce the bike is an entirely different matter. Their biggest goal is to turn a profit, so the only way it's happening is if we can show them that it would make money. Which is why we're currently trying to make it into something that the masses can handle. And today, you were a big help in getting closer to that goal. Wow, I'd love to see that happen. Looks like you get it. I guess my first impressions of you were right on the mark. Oh, I haven't properly thanked you yet, have I? Thank you for helping us today. Here's a little token of my thanks. Dragon Vein. It sounds like Septium Vein, but it's probably got extra effects on it. I'll check it out later. Are you sure about this? It seems like a really valuable quartz. Of course, I'm sure you'll be able to put it to good use. Well then, Reen, thanks a lot for your help today. I'd like it if you could help us out next time we need a hand too. I'll cancel my plans as soon as you ask. Born to be Orbital completed. So, how's this one work? EP recovers on the field. Hey, this could be pretty good for caster types, like Emma, but I'd have to free up one of her slots for it. Yo, how are you feeling about your first midterms? Well, I think I passed at the very least. How about you? Sitting slightly above average, I think. Would have gone better if I could have gotten my hands on a list of the test questions in advance, though. Damn, I should have seen if Old Man Mitch was good for it. You know, I really doubt he'd have something like that for sale. Pretty cool things end up making their way into the shop sometimes. Old Man Mitch has an interesting guy, so I went up coming here pretty often. Give fresh milk. Still tsundere. She seems happy. Maybe I'll bring her some more another time. Alright, I'm gonna start doing some of the bonding events. I think I'm going to stick with Machias, Fee, and Elisa, but I'll still show everyone else's, just for completion's sake. Well, not really in-game complete, but for video completion. Oh, hello, Reen. It's rare to see you here by yourself. What's up? I actually found myself rather interested in the store's wares, so I decided to browse for a while. I'm surprised at how enjoyable it's been. Should I join her? Yes. Mind if I join you? Feel free. Maybe this would be a good chance to have you tell me more about the things being sold here. Well, I don't know all that much about them myself. They have a wide variety of items here on display, most of which I'm unfamiliar with. Which leads to a question I'd like to ask you, Reen. What sort of goods and accessories do girls my age tend to like? What? I asked because, well, I noticed that there's a significant difference between myself and the other girls here. For example, I went shopping with Monica recently, when I find myself searching for equipment to keep my sword in shape. Meanwhile, Monica is fighting over cute accessories and the like. Doesn't this prove I'm rather strange? Well, you're from a different class backgrounds for one thing. That's the difference between you already. But even amongst the other nobles, you are a little bit different. Just as I thought. But this is of no issue. If there's something I lack, then all I need to do is take the opportunity to learn. Now tell me, which of these items here would most likely grab a girl's attention? Maybe the giant Mishi doll? Well, I mean, I'm not exactly an expert on the subject, but... Reen grabbed a cute mascot plush that was sitting on the shelf. How about this Mishi plush? He's a pretty popular character over in Crossbell. Fascinating. He's certainly charming, to say the least. But how about this? Laura grabbed a strap with a blue-haired, muscular man attached to it. Dogi from Ease? This Dogi character, I knew it. This Dogi character has a rare gallant look to him, doesn't he? I'm 100% sure that most girls wouldn't have any interest in him. Ouch. Oh, this is more challenging than I had expected. Oh, there's gotta be at least some demographic out there for him, right? Right? Reen and Laura ended up looking at an assortment of products appealing to Laura's unique tastes. In the end, though, they ended up purchasing the Mishi plush. I couldn't be more grateful for your assistance, Reen. If it weren't for you, I never would have purchased something so nice. Not a problem. Still, my grasp on what other girls my age like remains tenuous. Seems like I have a long and harsh path ahead of me if I'm ever to truly know. Still got a ways to go. You know, you don't have to force yourself to be like everyone else. Because you aren't like everyone else. You're who you are, and that's exactly why we like you. You've given me a lot to think about today. Let me thank you once again. I'd like for us to go shopping again if you ever have the time. Sure, that would be fun. Bottom floor strengthened. What do I get level 3 anyways? I get cover. I guess that lets it... What exactly does that do? Summons defense partner from an attack having damage. You know, we don't even have a normal guard command in this game. That would have been nice. Alright. I also better record her character page because I won't be able to get this without the bonding event. She seemed surprisingly taken by Mishi, the mascot character she spotted at the general store. Yeah, you're not gonna see, I'm not gonna see that ever again once I get to my final save, unless I do a new game plus. Alright, let's check out Toa's bonding event next. Nice work today, Reen. Are you looking forward to the midterm results announcements as much as I am? It sounds strange to say it, but I am. You're looking pretty busy for someone who just finished her midterms, though. You bet. Now the year's halfway through, we've got a lot to discuss. So much, in fact, that we even reserved this room just to discuss it. There's the Academy Festival, someone wants to use a swimming pool next month, there's about a zillion other events. Man, I guess it isn't easy being a student council member. I think you're the last person in the world who'd actually take this advice, but try not to overwork yourself. I guess I'll consider it. Thanks, Reen. She's just as busy as ever. Maybe there's something I can do to help. Yes. Is there anything I can do to help you with? I got some spare time and you seem swamped. Really? That'd be great. Just so happens that our usual note-taker is home nursing a cold today. Would you mind filling in for her? No problem. If there's one thing I can do, it's write notes. And so it fell to Reen to jot down every idea, both helpful and harebrained, raised at the student council meeting. After a short parade of exchanged names, shaken hands, and slightly too long eye contact, he got down to business. Well, that should cover everything on the agenda. Summer will be here before we know it, and I think this poll should be our highest priority. Agreed, we'll get right on it. We should decide on who will be handling each task while we're at it. And allow me to take care of the arrangements regarding the pool. I'll get our documents sorted out and hand them over to the requisite instructors. You mean it? Thanks. Let me know if anything comes up. Oh, speaking of which, do we have any updates on what we discussed last month? Just a moment, please. Allow me to gather the necessary documents. She's so good at her job that even the upper-class students are hanging on her every word. I guess she didn't just charm her way into office. Several similarly riveting discussions later, the council meeting drew to a close. Thanks for all the help today, Reen. You really didn't need to stay and help me clean everything up, but I'm glad you did. You're always doing so much for us. I'm just trying to return a favor. We were really something, you know that? That meeting had a ton of stuff to sort out and plan, but you made it look easy. You're like a human student notebook. Thanks. I think you might be exaggerating a bit, though. I couldn't get a thing done without the rest of the student council. Not a thing. Really? Hey, you probably saw it during the meeting. We were able to sort everything out because everyone brought their ideas and opinions to the table. I sit in my fancy chair and act out my role as president, but they're the ones doing all the heavy lifting. I never would have thought of it that way. If I'm being honest, I don't know if I'm really suited to being president. If everyone believes I am, there's no way I can let them down. Even if I can't meet all their expectations, I want to show them that I'm trying. Wow, I guess that's the best anyone in your shoes could do. Still, Toa's at least got that much to guide her. Maybe if I knew what I wanted to do, maybe if I had that kind of purpose, maybe I'd know what kind of man I want to be. Reen? Boop! Toa stood on her tiptoes, straining with all her might to reach up to and gently pinch Reen's cheeks. What are you doing? Haha. Sorry, you look so stone-faced there for a second. I couldn't help myself. You're a first year. No need to get ahead of yourself. You've got another full year here to figure things out. Wait, you're not psychic, are you? I know how hard you've been working, Reen. I can see it as well as anyone, if not better. I don't know what has you so worried, but your answer will come in time. Just take things step by step. I guess. No, you're right. Deep down, I know what she's saying is true. If I start getting desperate, I'm going to paralyze myself with fear. Ahem. We still have a lot more stuff to clean up and put away. But once we finish, I'll make us some tea. That's one way to get me to hurry up. Plus, Reen and Toa finished their cleanup and sat down to enjoy a lovely cup of tea together. One of Toa strengthened. And there should be a character page for her. Year 2. President. Her skills draw respect and support of all her classmates regardless of social class. Really? Nothing relaxes me quite like cradling a violin in my hands. Especially since I never had much of a chance to play during our midterms. Yeah, most clubs put their regular meetings on hold while exams are going on. You seem pretty happy though. It's that obvious, huh? I'm planning on pretty much spending the entire day just playing. After not playing for so long, I'm out of the form, so I need to get back into it. I'm kind of interested in seeing him play. Yes. Am I listened in? Oh, be my guest. I need to get ready though, so just hold on a bit. So what do you think? I'm impressed. I never would have guessed you'd taken a break for midterms that you hadn't told me. You mean it? Good to hear. It seems like you're really enjoying yourself when you play too. I can practically hear your love for music in every note. Cut it out. You're embarrassing me. Oh, by the way. I've been wondering about this for a while, but... You're a musician yourself, aren't you, Reen? Or kinda, what tipped you off? It was just a feeling I had. I can't really explain, but it's like I can tell if someone has even the slightest bit of musical experience. The slightest bit is right. I used to play the lute for a while back home. Well, that's a pretty impressive sense you have. You're really on another level when it comes to anything musical. I think you might be exaggerating just a little. Not at all. Most people wouldn't pick up on something like that. It shows the extent of her passion for music. That's something I respect. Passion isn't enough though, not in music. If I want to get better, I'm going to need better equipment. But given the compromise, I can't even ask for that. What compromise? It's nothing, don't worry about it. But it's nice to confirm you do play an instrument, Reen. We should play together sometime. I've got a lot of rust to work off, but I'd like that. Great, I'm looking forward to it. Wait, he has a different ability. He has auto tier. Huh. Well, hopefully I can get everyone to level 3 by grinding a lot. But it's still going to be hard to get some of these other people to level 3 with each other. I can't even imagine how much grinding that would take in the final dungeon. There's nothing wrong with getting into arguments every now and again. In fact, Emily and I argued all the time as first years. There's one good thing about fights is that they're honest. Honesty is the only way you can truly bond with someone. Lisa and Ferris got into a big argument earlier. So I heard I thought I could get a friendly post-midterm match going. So much for that, I guess. Make my life a whole lot easier if those two just got along. Don't they know that lacrosse is all about teamwork? I refuse to accept any blame for this. It's all Lisa's fault for bringing a maid into her dorm. She can't do that. She's a commoner after all. I didn't step a single toe out of line. Perhaps I was just the slightest bit too harsh on her. What am I saying? All my actions are completely justified. Okay, Eustace is taming his horse, alright. Nothing is quite as refreshing as going for a post-exam ride. Come, Whitcomb, today we ride for the sake of freedom. Horses were cooped up in the stables for the entirety of the exam period, so they must be relieved they're over too. Is it just me, or is Eustace Alberea actually taking this club seriously? It might just be my imagination. Phew. Wow, your clothes are all covered with dirt. You're even more into this than I realized. It's just dirt, hardly an issue. It takes a good deal of effort to care for horses. I suppose it's only natural to end up like this. I suppose you're right. Should I give him a hand while I'm here? Yes. Care for a little help? I've got some experience working with horses myself, so it'd help things go a little faster. It must be your hobby to show up unbidden to assist people. Your offer does come at an opportune moment, though. I was just about to start washing them, so feel free to join in. Scrub, scrub. Whew, this is every bit as tough as I remember it being. Already thinking of throwing in a towel? You're the one who offered to help, so don't think I'll let you back out so easily. I know. Aren't you getting a little tired yourself, Eustace? We wouldn't want you to overexert your frail little noble body or anything. Maybe you should go take a nap. What do you take me for? This is nothing. Perhaps if you put as much effort into your work as you did your toothless jokes, we'd be done by now. Shut up, I'm doing just fine. I guess Eustace isn't any friendlier towards girls than he is to guys. Right, it's time to Huh? Whoa there, we've got a wild one here. Understandable, this horse recently arrived from the Nord Highlands. He's still young, so he hasn't quite grown accustomed to the stables yet. Does the school normally get horses all the way from the Highlands? Indeed, they're known to breed the best horses. Even the army gets their horses from there. Now then. Eustace gently stroked the horse's neck. You're pretty good at that. When I was younger, I used to go to the stables whenever I felt bored. My brother taught me both how to ride horses and how to take care of them. I am truly grateful for that. You two are lucky to have each other. Grr, I'm not gonna let some snooty noble who learned about horses with a silver spoon in his mouth show me up like this. It's subtle, but he's definitely changed since we came back from our last field study. I feel like he's more willing to be open with us now. Care to explain what you're staring at? Don't mind me. Anyway, we've got a horse to clean. Reen helped the riding club for a little while longer before bidding Eustace farewell. Okay, he gets counterattack. Sometimes counterattacks when partner is attacked. Alright, here's his new notebook entry, Horse Carer. He cares for horses back at home and appears to get along well with the horses at the academy as well. You're really something, Machias. You're always calculating your next move. I gotta figure out how to do that. Wow, he looks like he's really into it. Ah, hello there, Reen. Sorry, I was caught up in my game there. No worries, sorry if I disturbed you. Is there a big chess game coming up or something? You seem way more focused than I'd expect for just a regular match. Indeed, there is. And not just any match either. It's a match that will determine the fate of this club. I have every intention of completely dominating the upper class students. Chess always seems pretty interesting. Should I stick around and watch? Yes. Would you mind if I watch you play for a bit? I'm familiar with the rules at least, and it seems like a pretty involving game, even as a spectator. Be my guest. But if you know the rules, how about we play a game instead? I'm sure you'd have more fun doing that than just watching. Are you sure? Might as well. I'll watch you too. So come on and take a seat here. Do I actually get to play this part? And that's checkmate. That didn't take long. That was some high-level play, Machias. I didn't stand a chance. It's nothing special. My father taught me to play when I was young. We've been playing against each other ever since, so I've had years of practice now. Apparently he never lost a game back home. He really is the savior of the chess club. So we were playing against adults ever since you were a kid? That definitely explained things. I used to tag along my father whenever he went out hunting, but I never got that good at... Sorry. No, I shouldn't have reacted like that. Hunting's not exclusively a noble pastime after all. It's just not that common in Heimdall. I can imagine. Last month's field study gave me a lot to think about. I've come to realize that it's unfair of me to pass judgment on nobles simply for being born into that life. For example, I've never met your parents, but I can tell from talking to you that they're good people. Machias. Man, am I glad we made up. Don't start getting weird on me now. I don't really get what you're talking about, but yeah, friendship's what youth's all about. Speaking of, how about you join your pal in the chess club, Reen? We need as many people as possible if we want to take down the upper-class chess club. What? Sorry, but I'll have to decline. The members of the upper-class chess club are like humiliating players weaker than they are. This isn't about the fact that they're nobles anymore. They're shaming the very act of playing chess, pure and simple. And Stephen and I aren't going to let that stand. Well said, Machias. Then I'll be cheering you guys on. Good luck, Machias. Thanks, I won't let you down. I still need a bit more. What's with the stern look, V? Turns out I'll be growing some flowers for the club, but I need to go and get the tools. I see, sounds tough. Kinda rare to see you this serious about something, though. It happens sometimes. Should I give her a hand? Yes. Would you like me to help you out? Sure. Have fun. I wasn't offering to do it for you, Fee. Aw. Given how many types of plants there are, you've got no shortage of options. Have you got an idea of what you want to raise? Yup. He took out a small bag full of seeds and showed it to Reen. Oh, where are these? Flower seeds. Don't know what they're called though. Someone gave it to me when I was in the corpse. Had them ever since. Ah. Do you know how to raise them then? Yep, they told me how. They were kind of joking about raising them with love. I don't know if that was a joke. My mom says the same thing about the plants she grows in her kitchen. So does Edel. I don't know much about love though. Maybe this is the right time for you to try to raise them. But man, your corpse sounds so different from the image I always had in my head. How so? Well, the way you tell it, you sound like one big family in a sense. I always thought Jaegers were, well, a bit more violent and bloodthirsty, I guess. Maybe I was just being narrow-minded, though. Can't blame you. Everyone's more concerned about the negative reputation Jaegers have than anything else. There's some people who can't even accept their existence. What do you mean? Nothing. Let's hurry up and buy the tools and fertilizer. Good idea. I've never seen those seeds before, so let's ask Jane for some advice on the best way to raise them. Reen and Phoebe bought the tools and fertilizer they needed, after which they made their way back to the Academy's flower bed to plant the seeds. That should do it. They should bloom in a few months if I raise them right. I hope they grow up big and strong. Me too. Oh, also, thanks for the help. Huh, anytime. Still gonna take a bit of work to get to level 3 though. Our midterms gave me a chance to come up with a clear image of what I want to paint. I'm not planning on submitting anything for contests or competitions though, so for now I'll focus on painting for myself. Feeling pretty confident about my performance in our midterms. I'm not especially concerned about how high I ranked, but I hope our class scores well overall. Vivi decided it'd be a good idea to compete for the highest exam scores. She claims she has a special punishment in store for whoever loses. What? So in addition to exam stress, I'm terrified about whatever she's planning. I'm worried about Vivi's test scores on my own. What could she be scheming? Uh-oh. Take care while you're out, Masterine. I shall be sure to prepare a tremendous feast for all of you while you're away. I'll be looking forward to it. By the way, is what happened this morning pretty indicative of how things usually are between you and Elisa? At glance it seemed like you were both arguing, but if you pay attention, you could tell that wasn't the case. Hey, precisely. We have been together for quite a while now. As such, it was a relief to see that she is very much the same as she always was. Sharon seems she knows how to handle any sort of situation. I can see why she has no trouble dealing with Elisa, at least. Please come to me if should you have any requests. I will do everything I can to accommodate your wishes, especially since you're so close a friend to Lady Elisa. I'll keep that in mind. Oh yes, your instructor also happens to stay here, does she not? I should formally introduce myself to her when she returns. Huh? Isn't this classroom usually locked? It is, but I checked it on a whim and it was open. The janitor must have forgotten to lock it after he was done. I see. So what brings you here? I got into an argument with Ferris earlier. She started asking me all these questions about my last name after she found out about Sharon. And you ran off here? Sigh, how many times am I gonna have to deal with this? She seems pretty upset. Maybe there's something I can do to help her out. Yes. I'm probably not the best person for this, but do you need someone to talk to, Elisa? It's better to let these things out than bottle them up. Reen. Thanks. Whoops, I knew I forgot to lock up. Oh no, we're locked in! There we are. Wait. Did he just lock the door? Seems like it. I guess we're locked in. Can you try jumping out the window like Fee did? Sorry, my luck keeps getting worse and worse today. At least it's not nighttime or anything. I'm sure someone will come by before too long. That's true, but... so it's just me and Reen, here in the dark behind a locked door. No, Lisa, focus! Alright, this is all Sharon's fault. I wouldn't even be here if Ferris and I weren't arguing about her. Isn't that a bit of a stretch? You wouldn't say that if you knew her. She always does this. Imagine living with someone who knows nearly everything about you but never thinks about your feelings. And on top of it all, she's always taking Mother's side. Like she did when... When what? Oh, Sorry, I shouldn't have tried to pry. Even so, you don't really dislike Sharon, do you? I mean, I guess I can't say dislike. It's kind of hard to dislike someone who's been a permanent fixture in your life since you were a kid. See what I mean? If she's going to be at the academy anyway, you might as well try to make the best of it. Besides, she's sort of like an older sister to you, right? Siblings aren't always easy to deal with. You're right about that. But still, it wouldn't kill her to think about me a little more. Now a moment goes by in which I don't think of you, Lady Elisa. Huh? Did she unlock the door for us? Sharon, what are you doing here? Whenever you are in need, I shall be by your side. After all, isn't that what an older sister is for? She knows how to make an entrance, I'll give her that. I can't believe she heard all that. Oh my, I didn't interrupt anything personal between the two of you, did I? I'd be more than happy to lock the door again and leave the two of you to whatever it was you were up to in here. Don't even joke about that. Your bond with Elisa strengthened. Level 3. Auto tier. I really can't let my guard down around you, can I, Sharon? Whatever, I'll let you off this time since you unlocked the door for us. I would undo any lock for your sake, Miss Lady Elisa. After all, I want you to think of me as an elder sis. Ugh, stop that, it's embarrassing. Okay, now I'm pretty much free to go into the old schoolhouse. Wait, here's a new page for Sharon. Elisa looks up to her like an older sister, while Sharon adores her like a younger sister. Alright. Alright, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe.